Okay, I'm sorry, everyone. I apologize. Mr. Andrews, are you ready?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm ready. Good morning, Your Honor. To you and your staff. How are you doing today, sir?
Good. We're going to call your case. Thank you.
Calling case 221117, people of the state of Michigan versus Rachel Hendricks. This matter is set forth for final conference today. Appearances, please.
APA Lori Morales-Smith, P83353 for the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please this most honorable court. Justin Andrews, P81445, appearing today on behalf of Ms. Rachel Hendricks, who is present on Zoom. Consents to these proceedings to be conducted on Zoom. Ms. Hendricks, state your name for the record, please.
Rachel Hendricks.
Okay, thank you, and good morning, everyone. Today's the date for a possible resolution. Is there an offer?
Well, Your Honor, first let me speak that I was in touch with APA, I believe his last name is Sawyer, Brendan Sawyer. We were having discussions via email, conversation over the telephone as well, with regard to a possible resolution on this matter. What we were waiting on was the transcript to be produced so that the prosecution can take a look at certain facts that were stated during the preliminary exam in order to give some consideration to our request, Your Honor. At this time, though, in the meanwhile, if we can just have some dates set for a final conference, I believe that would give the prosecution more than enough time to retrieve the transcript and look it over and bring forth a decision and the alternative possibility of filing motions, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll put this over to June 1st then. And that will be a final day for motions as well. So if there's to be motions,
Okay.
Please file them by May 25th.
By May 25th.
And, if it's going to be resolved, let's have it resolved that day. When is the transcript due?
6/1/22.
It says the transcript is due March 24.
Yeah.
So I'll follow up with that.
Okay.
Janet or Madam Clerk, could one of you guys type my email in the chat room for Mr. Andrews so he can start conversing with me? Because I don't have that chain of emails he's discussing.
To my understanding is my email address at being asked for. I can provide it.
No, I'm giving you the our new courtroom prosecutor's email.
Oh, okay. So Brandon, okay, it's no longer there. Okay. What's that email? Are you going to put in the chat? I take it.
Yes, I am.
And Frank Simone's the docket attorney if you need to talk to anyone.
Frank Simone. Okay, cool. Do you have Mr. Simone's information as well, or should I just communicate through you at the court in the courtroom now?
No, you can just communicate with the courtroom prosecutor, Ms. Morales-Smith.
Lori Morelli-Smith. Yeah, pleasure, Sister Counsel. L.M. Smith.
All right. All right, everyone.
Okay, so Ms. Smith, I will forward you the emails that I was, as far as communication between myself and Mr. Sawyer, so you kind of see where we are, and we can go from there. Thank you very much, Your Honor, to you and your staff. Really appreciate it.
Thank you,
sir.
Bye-bye.
Mr. Ahmad.
Mr. Ahmad, please unmute yourself, sir.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Good morning.
Good morning. Your case is now trial ready. So what that means is you will you'll get confirmation from your attorney once we actually have a trial date for you. So
Okay.
you don't have to log into Zoom.
Okay, so I'll just wait on my attorney.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Thank you.
you on?
Yes, sir.
I mean, put Mr. Banks in the deck for Friday or Monday or no,
Oh,
for Friday.
yeah, I pulled the,
He needs to log in, contact his attorney because you go over.
oh, well, he's in.
Why? So he went to court or not? Where you get?
Well, he'll have to wait until Monday. You want to add him to Friday? Monday, okay. Yep, because Janet sent this work in email, so You do. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna open the door. Yeah, he's on the screen, but that's fine.
I'll look at it.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I'm gonna open the door for you.
Turning the outfit for you guys.
Yeah, yeah. Sounds good. What?
Are you the prosecutor for today to handle it?
I am the prosecutor in this courtroom now, yes.
Well, it's so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. And I'm sorry, which one is this?
Melvin Duncan?
Duncan, so it's just calendar conference.
Yeah, first time. Oh,
So he's
oh,
in
Dr.
Rain.
Raymond?
This is a Rain.
Oh, it's Raymond. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't look far enough up on my thing. Yes, it is Raymond.
When we had initially wrote a gun board letter at district court, but then the prosecutor said he doesn't want to have it handled down here until, so we, so we did our exam and then sent it up here. So, you have a copy of that still?
No, I don't. Could I get a copy of that? Here, I will, you can send it to me when you get a chance.
Let me see if I can get it. Really
Or
question-
you,
Oh, hi there, okay.
yeah, and then just send it to me when you get a chance.
Oh, okay, well, here, my name is Arnie Wire.
I've seen you on Zoom. We've done other things together
Oh,
before.
okay. I just got my, little certificate saying you're an old guy, so here's for practicing 50 years. Well, that was nice.
Woo!
No whole lot, just kicking the ass out the door.
But isn't your P at 2? Isn't your P is start with 2?
22104.
Because Daniel Blank still gets you, because his starts with a 1.
I know, I said, how? He said, because his name is B.
Mm,
Mine was W, so that's how they did it back
close,
then.
yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to read this or anything, or what are we gonna do? I'll
well,
send you the stuff first.
Yes, let's
Okay.
do that, and then let me talk
Yeah.
with my bosses about
Yeah.
what we can possibly offer.
Okay, because I think, when I did the exam, it was a very questionable evidentiary stop, but the prosecutor said that she wrote some very nice notes in the file for me. I don't know
Yes,
if you-
you did.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's like, I said, can I see? She says, no. I don't want to flatter you anymore.
Well, you did have a very sweet prosecutor. She's
Okay,
one of our nicest.
okay. Lori Morales Smith,
Yes, that is it.
that, did I get the correct
Yes, you did,
pronunciation?
actually.
Huh.
Just fine.
Cell phone is 248-854-4716. Is there any way then instead of waiting, oh, it's just for the arraignment, okay.
Yeah, this is just the arraignment and we can, hopefully by the time we get to our first meeting, we'll have something.
Can I waive, you got a form and you waive the arraignment and we get a date and go, so we don't have to wait around? That, I think the prosecutor would be okay with that.
The judge is back there and your guy's on the street.
Right. So we just,
Yeah, he was gonna, because he's on his way up in a little bit.
oh, okay.
Okay, we can start calling some of these cases.
Mr. Weiner, since he's here. Calling case 222292, people of the state of Michigan versus Melvin Duncan. This matter is set forth for an arraignment on the information. Appearances, please.
APA Lori Morales Smith, P 83353 for the people.
Good morning, Judge Cusick, Arnold Weiner, P 22104. Sometimes it's so old, I forget what it is, Judge. I acknowledge receipt of the general information, waive the formal reading, ask this court to enter a plea if not guilty. Excuse me for being here, but I know this was in Zoom, but I was down in front of Judge Cox for an in-person sentencing, so I figured I'd come
Fair
over
enough.
and see you instead.
Okay, Mr. Duncan, can you state your name for the record, sir? Unmute, sir. Go ahead and unmute.
Melvin Duncan, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. It's the arraignment on the information, a plea of not guilty will be entered. And we can put this over to June 6th. Does that work for you, Mr. Weiner?
No, June 6th, I'm starting a trial in, but how about June the 13th? That will give, I've already submitted a gun board letter. We got to review it.
Can we do June 3rd? We'll do June 3rd.
How about June 13th, Judge? Is that
No,
okay?
I'm gone that week.
Okay,
We do June 3rd, does that work?
what date was that?
June 3rd? Or 2nd or 1st?
First, second, or third, oh, no, I'm gonna be on vacation for the first time in 2 years. So I guess I could, no. I'm
Say
gonna
June
do-
23rd, June 23rd, does that work?
You said June 23rd?
Or 24th or 27th? 28th?
June 27th or 28th, what's good for the court? Good for
Okay.
me.
Well, that's a little bit of timeout, so if there is any if there are any motions, please put them,
Correct.
timestamp and file them by June 20th. And we'll hear them on June 27th. And if it's gonna be resolved, let's have it resolved that day.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, anything else?
Not for the people, Your Honor.
That's by, Justice. That's all motions set for that day and possibly a resolution.
Yep.
Motions filed a week or 10 days before that, and to have enough time. Okay.
Okay, thank
Oh,
you.
could you order the transcript, please? That's.
Yeah.
Can you make sure, and
I'm
and
sure
can you
that-
indicate when that's due?
be ready May 11th.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Okay.
All right.
Nice to see you again, sir. Your map, I believe you left it on the counter.
Ryan.
I did.
Are you ready for Devin Harris?
Yes, we're ready.
Yes, I'm ready. I just got to set up my video.
Calling case 220095, people of the state of Michigan versus Devin Harris. This matter is set forth for final conference today. Appearances, please.
APA Lori Morales Smith, PA 3353 for the people.
Morning, Your Honor. William Winters, P 35975 on behalf of Mr. Harris.
Mr. Harris, can you state your name for the record?
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Devin Harris.
Good morning, sir. Please raise, there's going to be a plea, Mr. Winters.
It is, Your Honor.
Please raise your right hand. Swear testimony you're about to give shall be the truth.
Yes, Your Honor.
Put your hand down. Can you state your name and age for the record, please?
Devin Harris, 22.
And you are a U.S. citizen?
Yes, sir.
I have a settlement offer, a notice of acceptance indicating that you would be pleading guilty to count 1, carrying a concealed weapon which carries a statutory maximum penalty of 5 years. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And there'd be a sentence agreement between yourself and the prosecutor's office of 1 year probation. The people would consent to the Holmes Youthful Trainee Act, meaning that if you comply with the terms of probation, this won't be on your record in any way. If you fail to comply with the terms of probation, this will. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You must forfeit your weapon to the arresting agency, and you may not own, use, or possess a firearm during the period of probation and any other terms and conditions set by the court. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions about this in any way?
No, I do not.
Is your wish to plead guilty today?
I'm sorry.
Is your wish to plead guilty today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, do you understand that if your plea is accepted, you will not have a trial of any kind?
Yes.
And do you understand that you'll be giving up certain rights that you would have if you had a trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that you'd be giving up the right to have a trial by jury?
Yes.
Do you understand that you'd be giving up the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that you'd be giving up the right to have the prosecutor prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you are guilty.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that you'd be giving up the right to have the witnesses against you appear at trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand that you'd be giving up the right to question the witnesses against you.
Yes, Your Honor.
You also understand that you'd be giving up the right to have the court order any witnesses you have for your defense to appear at the trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions about this in any way?
No.
Well, actually, I'm sorry. I should ask you a couple more things. Do you understand that you'd be giving up the right to not have your silence used against you in any way?
Yes.
Do you understand that you'd be giving up the right to testify at the trial if in fact you wanted to testify?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand your constitutional rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions about them in any way?
No, Your Honor.
You understand that if your plea is accepted, you will be giving up any claim that your plea was the result of any promises or threats that were not disclosed to me today, or there was not your own free choice to plead guilty today. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand any appeal from conviction and sentence pursuant to your plea will be by what is called application for leave to appeal and not by right? What that means, sir, is you have to ask the Michigan Court of Appeals to review your case. You wouldn't have an automatic right for them to review your case. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than what's been stated on the record today?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone threatened you or forced you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Is it your own free choice to plead guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty to what you're pleading guilty to?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, sir, I want to direct your attention to the date of July 27th of 2021. Were you in the area of 8499 Greenfield and McKenzie in the city of Detroit, County of Wayne?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Were you in the area on July 27th of 2021 of the area of 8499 Greenfield and McKenzie in the city of Detroit, County of Wayne?
Yeah, I think I just want to check and make sure that's the Mackenzie. I mean, I know I was on Greenfield and what is it? What was it? Greenfield and
And
sorry,
Mackenzie,
Greenfield.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Mr. Harris. Yeah, we'll stipulate for purposes of the plea, Your Honor, that venue and jurisdiction are appropriate. The alleged offense occurred in the city of Detroit on or near Greenfield and Mackenzie on the date of July the 27th of 2021.
Okay, and so let me just ask you, if you don't know specifically, Mr. Harris, just what Mr. Winters indicated, someplace in the city of Detroit on July 27th of 2021, that's the place and the date that brought you to court today, correct?
Yes. I'm sorry. Yes.
And did you have a handgun on your person?
Yes.
Okay, and was it concealed?
Concealed.
Was it partially concealed or concealed?
Well, let me ask you this, Devin. Was it in a book bag of some kind?
Yeah. It was. Yes, it was in my bag.
Okay, and it wasn't visible to anybody on the
No.
outside, right? Matter of fact, you told the police about it, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
Okay, well, I just want to make sure you didn't have a valid CPL to possess that handgun at that time, correct?
No, just my registration for it.
So you did not have a CPL, correct?
No, Your Honor.
If it's correct, you did not have a CPL, correct?
No, I did not have a CPL.
Okay, my questioning might have been confusing, but I think we got the plea pretty clear. So I apologize. All right, people satisfied with the factual basis and advice of rights?
The people are satisfied, Your Honor.
Defense satisfied with both?
Yes, Your Honor.
A plea will be accepted. Mr. Winters, can you have Mr. Harris call the number 313-224-2600 today, and we will schedule a sentencing for May 11th. Does that work?
It sure does, Your Honor. Is that on Zoom or?
It'll be on Zoom. It'll be on
Okay.
Zoom.
May 11th at 9 a.m.?
Yep.
Okay, real good. Thank you very much, Devin. I'm going to talk to you a little bit later on in the day. Judge Cusick and staff, thank you all very much. Have a great day.
Thank you. Mr. Holler, are you ready?
I'm ready, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay.
Calling cases 215092 and 215521. People of the state of Michigan versus Perry Baker. These matters are set forth for final conference today. Appearances, please.
APA Lori Morales Smith, P 8335, people on 215521.
Who's the other prosecutor?
I do believe it is. Yeah. Hold on. I thought it was Ron Haywood.
Can you please contact Mr. Haywood? I'm sorry, Mr. Holler.
Okay, I'll stand by. That's fine.
Sorry, we have to wait for Mr. Haywood. Yeah, we'll get you right away.
No problem.
Since we'll go off the record, what's happening today? Would that be the fingerprint analysis on Mr. Haywood's case or Ms. Morales Smith's case, who's the courtroom prosecutor? Which case?
The answer to that question is, Judge, I can tell you is yes. That's the fingerprint case.
No, but which case? Is that the courtroom prosecutor's case or Mr. Haywood's?
Okay, well, I'll let her answer that.
What is that? Is that your case? We've been over and over this, so.
Yeah, no, I understand. I think it's my case, so we need to wait for him to sign.
What's the status of that? He's been waiting. Mr. Holler's been waiting forever for this. Well, you wanted to do an independent analysis, correct, Mr. Collins?
Well, Judge, we have an expert appointed. We have been waiting to get, since February 13th, I made a request for certain things that my expert needed. They were not forthcoming. Eventually, the Michigan State Police Crime Lab insisted on an actual formal order, which was produced, I believe, by Mr. Sawyer. I got it. I had to rewrite it so it would be in proper stipulated format and change some of the wording. I signed it and sent it back to him, and he forwarded it to the attorney who's now on the case. He no longer is. And I believe I was copied on another email that showed to me, or was meant to indicate to me that it had been forwarded to the court. So as long as we're off the record on that, Judge can, and I don't see any order being entered on the Register of Actions. So Judge, may I ask you, was there an order for discovery of specific things that was presented to this court?
And Your Honor, my notes from Brandon do include that on the 23rd, he had sent that to Shadon, and that's where we are now. I'm not sure if that order ever got entered from that.
Okay, I didn't hear any of that.
My apologies, I'm usually much louder. I was confirming what you had said, and that I received an email from Brendan Sawyer telling us that he did in fact send that order for the judge to sign on March 23rd.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I just forwarded it to Shadon.
Oh, okay. Well, why don't we go on the record now? We have Mr. Haywood, so why don't we just go on the record? I'll call the case. This is case, these are cases 21-005092 and 21-005521. People of the state of Michigan versus Perry Baker. Mr. Holler is here, Ms. Morella Smith is here for the people on one case, and Mr. Haywood is here on the other. And Mr. Baker, can you state your name for the record, sir?
Yes, Perry Lewis Baker.
Thank you. We had a sidebar discussion off the record. Do we have that order? March 23rd, it was sent on March 23rd. It was sent on March 23rd. I'm sorry, I don't, this is the first time I recall seeing it. So I will sign that order and send it to both Ms. Morella Smith and Mr. Holler. This is a stipulated order to produce certain discovery items. Those items are available. This is the lab report. Is that correct? You have the lab report?
Your Honor, so my understanding is that once that order is sent over, they will make then the Garden City PO can go pick up the disc from the lab, and they should be able to provide it to me on the defense. And that should have everything with all the underlying documentation in it.
I'm signing the order, Mr. Holler. That'll be given to you today. It'll be sent to you today, signed by Mr. Sawyer as well. Sorry that it's taken a couple more weeks. And then, so that should give you everything you need to, at least for your investigation.
Well, Judge, it's going to give me what what his initial request was, if I do get it. But the order, and I do need a copy of the order once you have signed it. Yes, certainly. But the order really has got to go back through the attorney, through the OIC, to the Michigan State Police as well. That's their responsibility and their duty. They're not going to respond to me. It's got to come from the prosecutor's side. So both of us have to have it, and I appreciate the court entering the order, and I guess we'll make some progress today.
And Mr. Holler, I'll be sure to copy you so you know that that's been done and taken care of.
All right.
Okay. Right. If there's any issues, Mr. Holler, this is taking a little bit longer through no fault of your own. So if there's any issues, you can always contact the court. Even if you need a sidebar discussion, if there's any backup, okay? We need to get this
okay.
moving. So I know that you've been on top of this, so we'll try to make sure we get all the information. That'll be sent to both you and Ms. Morella Smith. And anything on your case, Mr. Haywood?
No, Your Honor. Again, I think I put the offer on the record before. I'm waiting for them to possibly do a resolution through the home invasion. So I'm just waiting to see what happens with the home invasion.
Okay, fair enough. That offer will remain open, whatever what the offer was before, correct?
Oh, yes, Your Honor. It's just I was count 5 attempt R&O probation. That was my offer.
Anything else from either side?
Not for me, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Nothing from me. I think we've pretty well taken care of things. Did we put all of this on the record? I know it was we did a lot off the record.
No, we didn't.
I guess we did put it on the record. Yes. Okay.
Did we get the new date?
Yeah, so the new date's gonna be, how long do we think we need? I hope it would be a productive day where we have all the information, so want to put it late May? Early June? And once again, Mr. Holler, if there's any impediments or anything that you need, you can always ask to put this on the document.
Okay. I appreciate that.
Why don't we do June 2nd? Does that work for everyone?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. June 2nd should work. Yes.
Great. Thank you, everyone. All right, Mr. Brown, are you ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Calling case 217741, people of the state of Michigan versus Ryan Gale. This matter is set forth for review date today. Appearances, please.
APA Lori Brown Smith, PA 3353 for the people.
And good morning, Your Honor. Brian Brown, PA 0560, appearing on behalf of Mr. Ryan Gales, who is present and consents to having his hearing held by Zoom. Mr. Gales, please state your name for the record. Mr. Gales, you're muted.
Ryan S. Gales, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, I know that there was no gun committee letter, I don't think, because of the circumstances of the case. What's gonna happen today, Mr. Brown?
Sorry, Your Honor, there should be a plea for Your Honor.
Okay, there is a plea? Okay, thank you.
Who did you guys send it to?
Well,
I'm
she
sorry,
has it in her hand, so I can take that plea.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Brown, there's gonna be a plea, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Gales, can you please raise your right hand? For testimony you're about to give shall be the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir, can you state your name? You can put your hand down. Can you state your name and age for the record?
Ryan S. Gales, 37 years old, sir.
And you are a U.S. citizen?
Yes, sir.
I have a settlement offer, a notice of acceptance indicating that the original charge of carrying a concealed weapon, which carries a statutory maximum penalty of 5 years, a 5-year felony will be dismissed if you plead to an added count of count 2, improper possession of a firearm in a moving vehicle, which carries a statutory maximum penalty of 90 days. It's a 90-day misdemeanor. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
There be a sense agreement between yourself and the prosecutor's office of 1 year probation. You must forfeit the weapon to the arresting agency. You may not use, own, or possess a firearm during the probationary period. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
signed by, well, I don't know if you signed it. Has it been signed, Mr. Brown? We can proceed anyways.
I got one.
Okay, it's been signed by you. It's been signed by your attorney. Well, your attorney has signed your name with your permission. It's been signed by your attorney and it's been signed by Mr. Young, a prosecutor. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And is it your wish to plead guilty?
Yes, sir.
Do you agree to plead guilty via Zoom?
Yes, sir.
And do you fully understand this plea agreement?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Gales, you understand that if your plea is accepted, you will not have a trial of any kind?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that you'll be giving up certain rights that you would have if you had a trial?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you'd be giving up the right to have a trial by jury?
Yes.
Do you understand that you'd be giving up the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that you'd be giving up the right to have the prosecutor prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that you'd be giving up the right to have the witnesses against you appear at a trial?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand that you'd be giving up the right to question the witnesses against you?
Yes, sir.
Do you also understand that you'd be giving up the right to have the court order any witnesses you have for your defense to appear at the trial?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that you'd be giving up the right to not have your silence used against you in any way?
Yes, sir.
You also understand that you'd be giving up the right to testify at the trial if in fact you wanted to testify?
Yes, sir.
You understand your constitutional rights?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions about them in any way?
No, sir.
You understand that if your plea is accepted, you will be giving up any claim that your plea was the result of any promises or threats that were not disclosed to me today, or that it was not your own free choice to plead guilty today. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand any appeal from conviction and sentence pursuant to your plea will be by what is called application for leave to appeal and not by right. What that means is you'd have to ask the Michigan Court of Appeals to review your case. You wouldn't have an automatic right for them to review your case. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone promised you anything other than what's been stated on the record today?
No, sir.
Has anyone threatened you or forced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
Is your own free choice to plead guilty?
Yes, sir.
Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty to what you're pleading guilty to?
Yes, sir.
I want to direct your attention, sir, to the date of March 18th of 2021. Were you in the area of 18798 Woodward and Robinwood in the city of Troy, County of Wayne?
Yes, sir.
And were you in a vehicle?
Yes, sir.
And were you the passenger or driver, sir?
Driver, sir.
And do you have a pistol in that vehicle that you had access and possession of at that time?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and did you have a valid CPL to possess the handgun at that time?
No, sir.
And so you were improperly possessing that firearm in a motor vehicle. Would you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
People satisfied with the factual basis and advice of rights?
People are satisfied.
Defense satisfied with both?
Yes, defense is satisfied.
Okay, do you want immediate sentencing, Mr. Brown?
Yes, Your Honor, we would like that.
All right. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Brown.
Your Honor, this is Mr. Gale's first incident with the law. He does not have a criminal history at all. He is currently employed. He is an executive car salesman, currently at work as we speak right now. We much appreciate the offer and the court's accepting of the offer for Mr. Gale to not have a felony on his record. He would like to put this past him and go forward his life without having a felony and being able to get a CPL after his probation if that is something that he chooses to do. So, Your Honor, with all of that, we would respectfully request that Mr. Gale be sentenced to probation. And I believe there's an opportunity for him to possibly get off probation early if he pays his fines and costs. I'm not sure, but with all due respect, we would like.
Unfortunately, you'd probably have to ask the prosecutor's office about that simply because the agreement is for 1 year.
Correct.
Okay. But thank
So
you.
with all due, thank you.
Ms. Marilla Smith, do you have anything on behalf of the people?
No, Your Honor, people would advise to the court's discretion.
And Mr. Gales, anything you'd like to say, sir?
My apologies.
How old are you, sir, again?
I'm 37, sir.
Yeah, so sir, you've lived a very successful life. I hope this doesn't hold you back in any way. I'm very happy that you're able to move forward and not have a felony on your record. And I wish you the best of luck, sir. Obviously, you know you made a mistake, and people make mistakes, and you can move on. And hopefully continue to have a really good life. So wish you the best of luck. Okay, you agree to be sentenced via Zoom?
Yes, sir.
I will adopt the sentence agreement, sentence Mr. Gales to 1 year probation. It's not gonna need to be reporting. I don't see a need for him to report. He'll just have to make that first contact, Mr. Brown. So if you can give him the number of 313-224-2600, Mr. Brown,
Yes, Your Honor, I'll make sure he has the number.
it'll be non-reporting probation. You must forfeit the weapon to the arresting agency. You must not use, own, or possess a firearm during the probationary period. You must pay $600 in court costs, attorney fees in the amount of $400, crime victims assessment in the amount of $75, and the state fee in the amount of $53. Those are due today or within 56 days of sentencing. If the prosecutor's office agrees to move to close out probation earlier, I wouldn't have any problem with that. And may file an application for leave to appeal your conviction and sentence. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, the court will appoint an attorney and furnish the attorney with the transcripts and file necessary for you to handle your appeal. The request for an attorney must be made within 21 days. Thanks, everyone. You take care.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Just waiting on Mr. Slav.
Yeah.
Have you called?
Thank you.
Twice and he hung up.
Janet, can you please call Mr. Slav?
She's been calling, emailing, and texting him.
He's probably on the record somewhere. He's not responding.
He's not.
All right, let me know. That's all we have, right?
He has two people. Yeah.
Can I have?
What is that last, what case are we waiting?
It's just violations.
Oh,
Tony Akins and Jeffrey Calwise.
right, so we're waiting for a house counsel on the probation violation.
Yes. Well, no, Mr. Schlopp is their attorney.
Or if there's another
That's
house
not the guy I
counsel.
had on the record.
Or if there's another house counsel, I don't know.
Okay. Janet? He said, see if there's another house counsel.
Okay, do you have the list? I don't have it here at home.
Yeah. Ah, Mr. Schloff is house counsel.
Okay.
Either him or Mr. DiMaggio, but I figure since they're his cases and he's house counsel today, it kind of worked out.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll respond soon. He's pretty good about that. I'm guessing he's just on the record somewhere. I'll do a search and see if he has, some trial or something going on.
All right, any sign?
He's reached out to colleagues to see if she can find it. Yeah. And then that's Mr. Akins.
Where's Mr. Akins?
Yeah, that's Mr. Akins, the top one. And then Mr. Cowwise still hasn't taken care of that one.
All right, Ms. Johnson. Just give her. Ms. Johnson? Didn't he have a date?
And he was supposed to go take care of it, and yes. I know she was on the phone with another agent. No, he stepped away. Hold on. Judge. She's up on the screen now.
Johnson?
Yes,
Morning.
good morning.
Do you, with regards to Mr. Akins, has he had any indication? It's mainly the failure to complete anger management, correct?
Correct. He is enrolled in classes. It's my understanding when I was reading the notes. He has 4 more groups to complete. He's completed, I believe, 4 to date. And he is taking his medication, and he was supposed to make $100 a month payments, but he has not made any payments yet.
He hasn't made any court costs and fines?
No.
When's he due?
Huh?
When's he due to be discharged?
We extended him 1 year on 2/24/2022 to 2/24/2023.
And
This was a review date.
and so he has enrolled now,
Yes,
and he's almost finished.
correct.
Where is he, Sharon?
He must be at work, because when I called, it was a lot of noise in the background.
So he's not here, but you talked to him?
Yeah, I did talk to him this morning.
What did you say?
I told him I'll call him back once we got Mr. Schloff on the phone. 'Cause
Well, so we told him to call him back right when we get Mr. Schloff on the phone, but I mean, is there a need to do that, or do you want to just let him know that we'll continue, he has to pay $100? Is that fine with you?
That's fine. Yes,
So there's not really, this is just a review, so you want to just let him know that?
yes, that's fine.
Okay, with regards to Mr. Kalewise, he was supposed to get this resolved on a specific date, wasn't he?
Your Honor, this is the 6th time that we have been here for Mr. Cowwise. And he just is not taking care of this warrant at 36th District. We were here October 1st, November 24th.
Okay, why don't we just wait? We'll have to wait for Mr. Schloff.
Yeah. I know he's on here.
I know, but the only other issue, Ms. Johnson, is I have to leave early today, and I've been waiting for Mr. Schloff. And so if we don't have to, we'll put it over to Friday or something.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You just give me your insurance number. Ms. Johnson, I'm gonna give you a call. Ms. Johnson?
Yes,
I'm gonna give you a call, okay?
okay.
It's kind of funny, actually. It does
Yes, it does.
kind of-
I wonder why it's doing that.
Mr. Kalewise? Mr. Kalewise? Mr. Kalewise? Mr. Kalewise? Can you hear me? Sir, can you hear me?